All right, guys, last week of May, I'm here on one of our farms. This is one of our main food plot projects that we talk about a lot. And ironically, we didn't hunt this plot one time last year. We have this elevated blind here that I'm on, but there's no tree stands on, and just the way last year played out, we never hunted it. But I kept a trail camera here all year, right down there, that clump of trees. And especially late season, because we had like a brassica mix in here, this plot was getting pounded by deer. 10 to 12 deer, 13 deer, turkeys, almost every single day in the evening. We just didn't have a need to really hunt it, so it kind of went overlooked. But this plot last year was really, really good. It's only 2 years. This will be the third year. We've only had it planted 2 years. The first year we also planted brassicas, and it looked really good, but the deer never used it. They kind of grew onto the brassicas last year. This year, since all the fields around, there's a big field up there, field around the corner here, there's 3 more fields over there. This year, since we're going to have corn fields planted all around this year, we're going to go with some type of green mixture, not just brassicas in this plot. So this is going to be all green in the fall. When the corn turns brown and the deer feeding in the corn, they'll be able to filter this bottom green plot. I brought the chainsaw today so that we can make it a little bit bigger in a couple places, expand on it. I just got done spraying it, so it's sprayed 2,4-DB and Gly and everything to kill all these weeds in here. And hopefully we'll be able to get it tilled up next week and maybe planted the week after that, so it'll be kind of a late summer food source. There's one more plot on this farm I got to spray later. It's going to be a late season brassica plot. But with the sprayer in the back of the General, this takes about 5 minutes to do. It's nice and quick. Got it sprayed. Gonna go check some cameras, clean up some of our blinds from turkey season, and expand on this plot a little bit. All right, guys, real quick on today's mini-sode. It's Monday, June 15th. We're kind of approaching that deadline to where we stop messing around in the woods for the last couple months of summer and then into fall. We stop checking cameras. Maybe every 6 weeks we'll do a quick battery check on some of them and swap out the memory cards. But we're approaching that deadline, which is usually around July 1st. Today I'm just clearing off some trails so that when deer season does come, we can access our stands and get deer out of the woods a lot quicker, because every winter the ash trees fall over and there's just ash trees dead on every single trail we have. But I'm also going to push out a new watering hole. There's a section of trail that has been impassable for 3 or 4 years now because it just collects water. It's an old rut. It's one of the original logging roads, so it's a big deep rut that collects water. Now it's all filled in with mud, and we don't drive on it, so I'm going to use the blade on the tractor to push that out. We always have a trail camera on the trail in this location because deer just use it back and forth. We've been getting lots of gobblers, we get coyotes, we've been getting turkeys, turkey babies, the poults, fawns, bucks. I mean, it's always been one of the best trail camera locations on the farm. So we're going to push out a watering hole so the deer can take advantage of that, and the animals. It'll be one of those smaller, in the woods, secluded type watering holes as opposed to one of the watering ponds like our other ones. But we're going to do that, and then hopefully we're able to get to the food plots on one of our satellite farms today. We might even be able to get them planted. We're going to till it this afternoon for sure, and then if we can get some seed, we'll get another one of our early season plots planted today and drug. Isaac's off work. He's out shopping for seed right now, so hopefully we'll be able to get that done. And then all right, guys, Isaac's putting the finishing touches on this food plot, and it's done, completely tilled. The corn is coming in, as you can see over here on this side. Found his hiding spot. I knew he was there, or I knew he bedded in this area, but I didn't mean to bump him out today. Usually he sits back and gets in those pines, but that was the gimp, and he was bedded right there. I could have reached out and touched him when I drove by on the four-wheeler, but he actually was looking pretty good. I was impressed. And he ran good, as you guys can see. Those 3 legs don't bother him any. I'm gonna miss that deer when he gets shot this fall. Alright guys, quick update on the watering hole project from earlier in the video. We've got some rain this week and she's starting to fill up. Doing exactly what I wanted it to do. A little shallow on that end, but you can see where the water level is. We got our trail that can come through here. We can get by on the side-by-sides. And then we have the traction for the deer and turkeys. And Browning Recon Force on video. Quick update. Isaac's finishing up our spot spraying. As you can see, this dog bane right here is mainly what we wanted to kill. The other weeds aren't bad, but this dog bane that's coming in, nasty stuff. But Isaac's finished up the spot spraying. I'm fertilizing the beans and the food plot screening. We're going to put browsing cages up today, and then we're going to leave it for a while and come back and check and see how our progress is. The beans look better today than they did yesterday. I came out here yesterday and I checked them and I was not happy with what we had, but after a day of sunshine and rain and then coming back and actually really looking at it as I was spraying it, they're not doing too bad. That dog's bane is just making it look worse than it really is. So we're going to get this all done. Then we're going to go get the mineral and put the mineral licks out, check the trail cameras. Got a couple things to do with the clover plots to fix some spots, but then we'll be done for the couple weeks here. The main farm will be where we need it to be, and we can start working on some of our satellite farms at that point. We got a couple satellite farms we need to plant here the next week or two, so we'll get to that. We're doing a little bit of a summer camera move. So in Northeast Ohio this time of year, if you're going to run cameras, you better be running them on bean fields, or if you have real good alfalfa, which kind of starts to pop up later in the summer. But if you have good alfalfa or soybeans, those are really the only two things that are going to draw large amounts of deer. And as you can see, this right here, giant soybean field. And this is where we're going to run some cameras for the next couple months until our food plots mature and we get closer to the season. Then we'll start narrowing down our hit list on our actual hunting properties. But for right now, we're just going to run cameras where we know there's going to be lots of deer. There's a possibility that the deer from this farm will be on a couple of our other farms because they're all kind of in the middle of each other. But right now, all the bucks and does and all the deer are going to be herded up on the green bean field. So if you want to find deer, that's where you got to go. We're going to finish off tonight's episode with one of our favorite things, a deer story. This three-legged doe that you're watching is officially the oldest deer that we have ever documented here at SBO. We first got her on trail camera in 2014 and she was already a mature doe. For the next 3 or 4 years she was a regular on one of our farms, but then disappeared. After 2 years of not knowing where she went, last week we were able to film her in a bean field about 2 miles north of the last place we had her on camera.